bring that beat in there, bro.
That's some peaceful, like, I feel like I'm an angel.
No, you ain't ready. Wait till it drop.
I feel like I should be, well, no, I'm not now.
Yeah.
No, I feel like Hell's Angels.
Hey, bro, this beat, when he dropped this, I don't know if you remember, Ben. This was like probably like, what, about 10 episodes ago?
Yeah.
Man, we lit this mother up freestyling it. Go ahead, do it now.
Alright.
We gotta let the beat drop.
Yeah,
Go
let the beat drop, man. You know what I'm saying? See, the thing with my beats, so I make them on the Launchpad app for iPhone users. Launchpad app, iPhone users, I make
Wait
the
till the
beats
beat
on
drop.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Safe.
But so anybody want to go against me with the beats or want some beats, I'll give y'all some beats. This, you know, yeah, it's a great drop though.
Okay, go.
Whoa!
The beat is called I Want So Much More.
Oh, I want more, bro. I want more, bro. I want more, bro. You about to get the flow.
Hey.
DCP.
Alright, off.
DCP.
DCP,
Yeah.
that corner pocket with Jack Shepard.
Yes, sir. Hey. Oh. Hey. Oh. Hey. 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 DCP.
I got peoples to rap to, a beat to clap to. I want you to know that Jay's gonna have to come on like a warlord with a powerful sword. You see that Jay is on the mic up in a lyrical war. Now suckers stepping up, soon they pushing days. Saying Jay, you amaze me. To the next subject, I'll be coming correct. Stepping hard on you busters and I demand your respect. Talking R-E-S-P-E-C-T. I bring good things to life like my name was G.E. But I can take life, cause I'm sharp as a knife in. This ain't a rhyme that I made it a girlfriend. If this was a comic book, I'll be the hero. What your girl needs to do is cut that zero. I'm a death rhyme making, tall breath taking on the microphone, man. No mistaking who I am and how I jam all around this land. I got millions of fans. Now the touch of the touch, I'm too much. You're going down, now the jacket's coming up. Sucker brothers thinking they can take what I got. Think so, fool, stop smoking that rock, cause I'll cut you down like a lumberjack cuts down a tree. You wanna get with this? Boy, please. Next time you step up, you better think twice. You ain't met a brother who can flow this damn nice. My brother, I'm a real. In other words, sucker, I'm calling you a phony. When I'm finished rapping, you'll be totally dissed, homie.
Totally this, homie. Don't call him Tony. We gonna come in, cause they acting so phony.
Oh.
With those fake. We is so great. This DCP and our boy Jack, not Jake. Hey, so we got that fire though. And we come through throwing nickel donut fair though.
My back a little itchy. Please don't be a snitchy. My back a little itchy. Don't be a snitchy. My back is little itchy. Don't be a snitchy. My back a little itchy. Don't be a snitchy.
Back scratcher!
Yeah. A little itchy.
The back scratcher.
He's twitchy because he's itchy.
He needs some lotion real quickly.
That cocoa butter.
If you got money, you be more richy.
That cocoa butter. That Vaseline. That cocoa butter. That cocoa butter. That Vaseline.
He lost me when he said Vaseline. I'm like,
Hey,
people jacking, man. People jacking.
you don't understand that, but you don't bring up your back and Vaseline. That's not on this show or any other show.
Oh man, hey man, we back at part 3 with
Part
Jack
three.
Shepard, man.
Part 3, man. Please hit that like button, subscribe button, share, man. We got Jack Shepard to I know y'all have enjoyed part 1, 2. We about to get into part 3. We don't want to.
And it's gonna be good. It's not like Godfather Part 3 when you lost interest.
This is about to get juicy. So we left off, man. You were talking about Def Jam and the Apollo. Right. What was that Apollo experience like? Can you let us know? And
the thing about the Apollo thing, I'd already done Comic View when I was 16. By the time I did, I did a Comic View by the time I was 16. By the time I got on the Apollo, and that was because a friend of mine was on Apollo Comedy Hour. His name was Kuba Vice. Shout out to you, Bubba.
Shout out, Kuba.
He helped me get on there, and that was really cool of him. And I went out there and did it. Mm-hmm. It was very, very interesting. You don't realize how interesting it is until later on in life and all that stuff. Yeah. I had to write the Coda Bust. I like to call it a bus. I'm sorry, the Greyhound bus to New York, and I got off and I did the show, and it was weird. You know, I was nervous, very very nervous, and it was cool because you see the celebrities that were there at the time. They were just trying. Some of them they were just trying to get there, and they were just now becoming stars, and some of them were already stars and all that. Like they had a girl who was they had an opening a music act, and some of y'all, if you're old enough to remember this, her name was Patra. You might not remember her, but yeah, Patra was the opening act, and she was sitting in the balcony hanging with me. And I'm like, hey, Patra, all right. But but she also had her managers and security there. So yeah, you're like, yeah, go over there. And then there's another young guy who was there, and all these little girls were like, oh my God, he's here. And he was backstage like, oh God, the girls are screaming for me. Oh. Yeah, his name was Tevin Campbell.
Oh, no, okay.
He was young though. Yeah, keep in mind, if I'm 19, Tevin was a lot younger.
Yeah.
And so, this is like when he first came out. It was before Kim we talked any of that.
Oh, okay.
I was also thrilled to meet, just keep in mind.
Was he with Quincy yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
But I ended up meeting somebody backstage after I got on stage, and guy was like, "Yo, you was mad funny. You was funny, man. You was funny, man. You know." I was like, "Thank you. Your name is what? Tracy Morgan. Nice to meet you, Tracy."
Oh, Tracy.
I did not know he was only on a show called Uptown Comedy Show.
Yeah.
And he cool guy, mad cool guy, and. Then I was about to go on stage. Now, what makes difference in Comic View and Apollo was the same kind of thing. If you had your material, they set you backstage and go. That's how you did it. You walked out as soon as they told you, went right out. And the problem with the Apollo was I went out, I'm not going to say no names, I ain't putting nobody out there, but the Apollo has 3 balconies. And the speakers went out in the 3rd balcony up top, maybe even the 2nd one. And the comic who was on stage, who's kind of a big name now, they didn't care in New York, and they started booing him bad. He got off before that even happened, but he got booed really bad. And then I was like, okay, and next Jack Shepard. So I'm like, hey, how y'all doing? I was yelling. I'm like, y'all gonna hear these jokes. Y'all ain't gonna boo me. If y'all do boo me, I'm gonna say a lot of bad language so y'all can't hear this. But every F-bomb about to come out. Y'all ain't gonna show this. So no, I did my thing, got all that and all that. And which was a very, very interesting thing because you don't think about it. Once again, I say God has played such an important role to my life in all this. And what I mean by that was, so after the Apollo aired, I'd already done Comic View one time, and then I was about to do Comic View a second time. And I was flying out to LA, I'm still new in the business. I ain't got no money to do this. They used to have people fly in. And I ain't trying to put Comic View down. Well, they ain't around no more. Yeah, I'll put them down. Comic View only paid you like $150. $150
per show.
Per show, yeah.
What you mean $150?
But you were basically getting exposure,
free exposure, yeah.
Right? And that ain't your hotel room or nothing.
No, that's even when they were on BT.
Yes.
$150 a show.
Yeah. And so I still wanted to go and all that. I did not have the money to go. So I got a suit and I was gonna go. I remember asking my mom. The ticket was like $475. I was like, okay, well my family gonna bail me out of this. I got it. So I asked my dad and mom. I'm like, I ain't got that. I asked my dad. Dad, come on, y'all got? I'm not got it. I don't have it. I even stooped to ask my grandmother. No, boy, I ain't got that. That's y'all can't. The 3 of y'all can't come up.
Yeah, right.
With $475. I'm about to miss this opportunity.
Right.
To do the Comic View because y'all can't put it together for me. All I remember was that. And I just remember, this is me. I went in my room, sat there and did a prayer like, God, please, I can't remember the whole prayer. I wish I could remember what prayer I said because that was powerful, obviously. So next thing you know, I'm sitting there, like any other kid gets pouty Gonna sit there in the living room in my dad's lazy boy chair, just looking at everybody like, look like the Godfather. Like,
Me muggy.
I know one of y'all snitched on me. You know, so I think I'm 20 of y'all was, you know. And I'm sitting there looking mad. And all of a sudden, my dad comes through the door. You got a piece of mail? I'm like, I open this mail. Remember, I did the Apollo a year earlier, and they reran again, and it's a residual check for $500
Oh, no.
minus taxes. It was $475. The price of the plane ticket. I was like,
Wow.
right when I needed, because the plane ticket was going to go up the next day. I just got the price of the plane ticket right there. I was like, okay, God's trying to tell you something. Because what was the chance of that hitting right then and there?
Exactly.
Right after I said the prayer and all that, it happened right then and there. So I got to do Comic View, and flew out there, and I had this whole mindset. And this is crazy. I had a mindset like, okay, I'm gonna go do the show. I don't got enough money for a hotel,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna just stay in the airport. And so I did the show, and I was gonna go stay in a hotel, but a friend of mine let me just stay at his apartment. He's gonna drive me to the airport. A friend of mine named Lavelle Crawford.
Oh, okay.
Lavelle, let me stay with him, and they took me to the airport the next day and all that. But you know, that's the second time I was on Comic View, and learned a lot of lessons, man. There's a young guy there named Cedric the Entertainer was hosting that time. It was Cedric hosting, and I remember I was still young. I was like, oh, I went to his room. Hey, Ced, hey, you going to the party? Everybody going to an after party and all that stuff. And I remember and I spend my life, you can ask Ben, I spend my life like this. I don't really go out to parties much and all that. It's because Ced said this. I remember going, like, we going to the party. Ced looked at me like this. What everybody going to celebrate for? Ain't none of us rich. What y'all celebrating for? And I just thought about like, well, you just popped my balloon with a pen.
Definitely, man.
So I still went. But the point was, but I mean, come on, you can't get, you know.
Right.
But nonetheless, it was something that made me look at until you got this. There's a stop living life like you got this. Now Ced's a multi-millionaire, so he can say that. And, you know, he's lived by that. He said, well, everybody need to be going back to the room and work on the material. I was like, wow, I never thought about that. But he's the one that put that in my head a long time ago. But that was interesting, and I got there and all that. And I say a lot of shout outs to Ced, but I gotta say Lavelle Crawford too. Lavelle, boy, do I have stories to tell you about that cat. Love him to death. Love him to death.
That's what's up, man.
And only time I've ever been beat in like the crack match or the dozens.
Yeah.
Oh, can I even say this? I don't know if I can say it. Oh man, I said his name too. Can y'all bleep it? Y'all can.
Yeah.
Okay, they're gonna bleep it. So we was cracking on each other. We was on the road together. This is before he moved to LA. We was on the road together. And Lavelle is not the one to play the dozens with. He will destroy you. Only person that ever destroyed me. I'm like 20 years old, maybe 21. Destroyed me. We was on the side of a road. Everybody just pulled over. This before everybody had GPS. We just like, look, okay, we gotta go here. All that. So we was on a little caravan just going down south and all that. And I did a joke about him. I said, yeah, Lavelle went up to McDonald's, and that big menu behind the guy at the register, he was like, I'll give me one of those. and I thought it was funny. Yeah, until Lavelle said this. Yeah, Jack, that's real funny. You real funny, man. You know what, Jack? You know, you know, you ain't even a fag. You a dyke. You a bitch that like bitches. Bleep it, but I'm saying, but you get what I'm saying. When you 20, 21, there's no comeback for that.
Exactly.
Shut down.
It was just like, I'm gonna go sit back in the car.
Right,
where you say something else that I can't handle.
You two family, use your own imagination. Y'all ain't gonna go here with that.
But it's the only time someone destroyed me, so I couldn't come back.
Wow.
But he was always like that. We was on the road with another comedian. I ain't gonna say his name. But we was on the road, and Lavelle didn't really dig him, and I'll never forget him. He did a whole set. We was in the car together. I rode with Lavelle, and he drove an Escort back in the day. He jokes about it, but he really drove an Escort. I'm rolling with him. and other guys in a car ahead of us, you know, like, look at him, yeah, that dude about as funny as a busload of kids going off a cliff. He about as funny as biting a hot dog and finding a vein in it. He just said all this stuff, like destroying this guy. By the time we actually got to the show, I couldn't even talk. I was laughing so hard about it. The worst part about it was we was in a radio station. And Lavelle decided to do a joke about he's gonna be Fat Albert. Hey, come on out to the show today. And I tried to do it with a girl. Fat Albert had a girl on there. Hey, Fat Albert, do you think we should get tickets today? I would, Laura. We just went back and forth, right? Then the other comedian like, hold on. I want to do my impression of Michael Jackson. Dead quiet. And then right then, Lavelle's like, give it up for that nigga. I'm like, dude, it was just so funny. It was just so quiet. That's the only thing he said. Wow. Then another comedian with us named Spike Davis, he was like, well, you can just literally hear the ticket sales falling off when you did that. But it was one of those funny trip things. And like I said, Lavelle, beautiful. She destroys you instantly. He told that one dude was like, here's my new cologne. He tried his cologne on the motor. Like, here's my new cologne. What you think? I think he smelled like the pissy wood chips in a can.
Wow.
I was like, what was that?
Right.
Hey, wait. One time, I ain't gonna go all the way to it, but I was with Ben and this girl, we was at this club called Sanford's in St. Louis. Okay. And this girl, I was at Lavelle's club, and this girl came out dancing. They had a little talent show before. And she had on because he already know where it's about to go. She had on a cat suit, and she wasn't in shape for a cat suit.
Oh no!
And she's dancing around. Wait, don't walk out yet, because you're gonna love this. She dancing around, and everybody's snickering.
Right.
And Lavelle comes back on stage, grabbing the mic. Now I gotta follow this. He's like, I don't know what y'all laughing at. It take a lot of talent and guts to get on this stage. Now, I don't know about talent, but she got a lot of guts. I about lost it. Dude.
Wow.
There was like, and look, and now here's Jack Shepard. Like,
dang, man.
I gotta follow
that. But yeah, man, I had a lot of fun on the road. Ben was on the road with me. We did a lot of stuff, man. It was fun, a lot of fun, man. And
so,
now with these 50, he was always in trouble in school, so I took him with me.
Oh, dang. We gotta get Ben on the show next.
The Def Jam thing was very, very interesting, and I will always remember that. Also very, very interesting, because Def Jam was different. Mm-hmm. In other words, they did mic checks before they did anything. They did mic checks. This is a Russell Simmons thing. You can't no half stepping on this. In other words, so they had mic checks. I've never done a mic check, so I don't know what the heck this means.
Right.
So I go out there, and Steve Harvey's the host.
Right.
This is when they did the celebrity host. So I'm sitting there. I don't know anything, so I grab the microphone. There's no real audience in here, just the producers, Kid Caprice, the DJ. He's over there trying to match the mic to everybody. I'm over there doing my jokes like, hey, how y'all doing? This and that. Steve Harvey come and grab the mic. Obviously, Jack Shepard don't know what the hell he trying to do. He didn't say hell though. He said, you grab the mic, you say your name, you walk your butt backstage. Just say he 23. He ain't no damn 23. This thing just went off. For a long time went off. So then I found out later on, I was like irritated. I was like, dude, I'm about to go on stage. I'm the first person to do Def Jam when they moved to LA. I'm the first person to do that. I'm about to go on stage. And right before I go on stage, Steve pulls me aside. Hey, Jack, can I talk to you a minute? I was like, oh boy, what do you want? And he said, first of all, I'm going to apologize to you for earlier today. I mean, I didn't know and all that. I talked to the producer of the show, Bob Sumner. Shout out to Bob Sumner. Star maker Bob Sumner. If he's seeing this, Bob's the one that found Chris Tucker. He's the one that found everybody you saw on Def Jam, Eddie Griffin, Steve Harvey himself. He's the one that brought them all to this show. When you first watched Def Jam, he's the one that found them all. And he brought me to it. And Bob pulled Steve aside, and said some stuff to him. He's like, Steve was like, first of all, I want to say I'm sorry. I talked to Bob, and Bob let me know that you are 23 years old, and that you've been auditioning to be on this show since she was 17 years old, and you made it and all that. And he also told me that, you know, I shouldn't be saying bad things about you because you're from Columbus, Ohio, and I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. And he said, you know, if you don't mind, Jack, if me and you can do a prayer between me and you before you go on stage.
Nice.
And he grabbed my hand and did a prayer before I went on. I was like, I became a fan.
That's
Right
up,
there,
man.
me and Steve. I became a fan right there.
Yeah, that's hard.
You know, and then,
Shout out to Steve, man. We want to get Steve on here, man. Steve, come on the court,
Bro,
locker.
he come to your show, man.
We come to you, man.
So, you got a big movie coming up, man.
well, I do have a big movie. I do have a big movie that we're releasing it at the what is it called again? The
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Thank you, brother. I always want to say the Falcon. It's the Phoenix Theater here in Columbus, Ohio.
December 3rd.
December 3rd. Thank you, man. December 3rd, and it's a stand-up movie in the tradition of Richard Pryor, Live on the Sunset Strip, Eddie Murphy, Raw and Delirious. It's a stand-up movie like that, except it's me this time doing it, and it's a little bit different than theirs because unlike just that, you'll see in the middle I'll do a stand-up joke and it'll cut to me doing a skit.
Okay.
So you get a lot of stuff with this one little movie, and it's very funny, and you'll love it. And this is my next project, and it comes out December 3rd. And actually, I have the distributor coming to look at it and all that. So it'll be on Amazon and Tubi as well, if not Netflix. So
Okay.
be on the lookout for that one. That's it's called Jack Live Matters.
Jack Live Matters, December 3rd at the
Not
Phoenix.
live, live.
Lives.
Right.
Jack Live matters.
Jack
Yes,
Live
it's a
Matters.
spin on the words. Yes.
Yeah, December 3rd at the Phoenix, man. Support Jack Shepard, man.
Thank you.
Oh, be great.
Oh,
dude,
DCP
man.
will be there, man. We're gonna be
DCP
there.
will be there, man.
Yes,
So that'll be the
great.
part 4 that y'all get to see, or at least piece of it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Any
you
other
had-
questions?
You had mentioned, you mentioned God in a lot of different
Oh yeah,
scenarios in life. How
Absolutely.
important is God to you in your life?
He's everything to me. I mean, there's no me without him. There's no this without him. He's the one that instilled me with this writing ability, this skill to do stand up. He put people around me that helped me, and I helped them, and he gave me the right friends and all this stuff. And so I owe God everything. You know, I mean, literally, when you realize, God, forgive me for saying this, when you realize people can't, and Ben knows, people always on the road, people like, hey, I got an idea for a movie too. All right, my idea is about this, and if this will happen, you said like, wow, yeah, that's good. You got tens of dollars worth of talent, and good luck with that. And it's like, you realize when you have all these other stories in your head, it's like, God bless me, because I have way more stories than you could imagine, and it's stuff you've never seen or heard before. And I realized that that's a gift. It's God gives everybody a gift. That just happens to be my gift. You know, you have a gift, you have a gift, you have a gift, Ben has a gift. We have gifts, and I tell my kids this all the time. As a writer, what I love most about being a writer, see, people say this. They always say, oh, we're created in God's image. And their mindset is, oh, God has a nose, we got a nose. God has a toes, he got toes. We have all that. I don't know if that's what it means. I'm not trying to speak for God, I'm not trying to speak for the Bible. I think when they say God creates you in his image, is the fact that he gives you certain things, like your creativity. And I told people, like, when you sit there and you write, and you create this and this, that's you being in God's image. Because when you writing, you create where they at. You create the people. You create what happens to them. You create. God is the best screenwriter ever.
Yeah.
Your life
Facts.
is that movie that he's putting on. You know, you're the actor. He's the director. Now you can go off script if you want to, but your movie's gonna go right to video.
What you said.
But the idea is, it's being a writer, but we all are creative in our own right. We're all creative in our own right because that's what God says you're creating His image. Because let's stop and say it. What's God? A creator.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're created in God's image, He created you to be a creator.
That's right.
Wow, dying.
So,
Straight dying.
yeah.
One more question. What's it like?
No, I don't know.
What's it like being a dad?
Oh,
What is that like?
man.
Because we're all dads here. What is that like?
So do your kids take you serious?
Let me tell you this.
I was gonna go into that too.
Well, let me tell you this.
Going that too.
I know they take my kids, but I take me serious. So
Let me tell you this.
You know I had to go there.
Let me tell you this. I was blessed with. I raised 4 kids altogether.
Okay.
Meaning my ex, she had 2 kids going into it, and they were 2, and 1 was firstborn. And I raised the 2 of them with my daughter, who she was 2 at the time too. So now you got 2 2-year-olds and 1 newborn, and then later we had my other daughter and all that. And so I raised a total of 4 kids. And he's laughing because he's snickering over there.
Up, bro.
Because the other day we was at a bonfire
Last night.
and last night, and she said something to the effect of,
No, he said, I'm all he can interrupt. But she said, you said, Jackie, you said, Jackie, you hear what I just said? She said, no, because I'm ignoring you.
she's ignoring me. You know what? But watch this. She's ignoring me, but who paid for her breakfast this morning? Ignore that.
right.
Yeah.
But anyways, no. But seriously, though.
I'm ignoring you.
But the idea is with the kids, the two daughters, my 2 daughters. Oddly enough, I didn't push none of them to do anything. Didn't. The oldest one, just out of nowhere. Don't get me wrong. The first movie I did, I saved up money. I saved up $5,000 to buy a camera. Okay, which is called a Canon XL2, which back in the day that was the 1.5.
Yeah.
Then later on, nowadays, for like $500, you can buy a camera that shoots way better than that Canon.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, I could have bought a car, and you can do all kinds of stuff. But I wanted to make a movie. And that movie's out too. It's called Political Promise. And that little girl who's the star of the movie, the little 8-year-old girl who's running around, because this is a story about I'm a governor. I make all these promises of what I'm gonna do. And this woman makes a voodoo doll of me when I break my promises. And another part that's funny about it was she goes to sleep and her grandkids get the doll and think it's a toy.
Oh,
So everything that's happened to the dolls happened to me for me while running for re-election. Political Promise. It's on YouTube and it got distributed by Maverick Entertainment and all that. So she's in it and all that. Now I didn't push her to do anything like this. I pushed her to finish the movie. But the idea was, and somewhere along the line, she decided that she wanted to get into effects makeup. And I mean, and she's good. I'm like, she's good. Like she can make you look like, she did my daughter's leg one time. When she first started doing it. She did like bullet wounds all up my other daughter's leg. And people are like, oh my God, what happened to your daughter? I saw it on Facebook. I'm like, it's makeup.
Wow.
It's not real.
Jeez.
It's not real. She's really good. I'll show you. I can show you a picture, but it would freak you. Oh, here you go. No. That's the show her the picture of her uncle's hand. The uncle's hand is the that's.
makeup.
Wow.
No. Hold on. Let me see. Do you got the uncle's hand? Let's get that one here. No, it's right here. It's here. It's right there. Look at the uncle's hand.
Oh man.
We're showing stuff about you, Jackie.
Yeah,
Shout out to Jackie.
Shout out to Jackie. Yeah, man.
Keep going. Yeah, she did
Oh,
that.
that's makeup right there.
That's makeup.
Hey, see if you can show that to the camera real quick.
Hey man,
That's my oldest daughter.
oldest daughter
Wow.
makeup.
Effects
man.
makeup.
Effects makeup.
Jackie, shout out to Jackie.
Shout out to Jackie.
Get ready.
Get you on the show, Jackie.
Get ready.
Jackie,
Get ready.
Can we get her on the show?
Yeah, I'll make sure she gets here.
Come
Yes,
on,
yes,
Jackie, you coming on the corner podcast.
we're shooting, like I said, the dark room.
Yes.
That's part of it. She does the makeup
All
for
right.
it. Now, here's the craziest thing about that. The youngest daughter, she was going to college and everything like that. And she was going to school for sports medicine. And I looked at her, I was like, are you sure that's what you want to do? Are you sure that's what you want to do? She's like, yeah, I mean, my mom said I can make money doing this. I was like, but is that what you want to do? Now, here's the problem where I knew it wasn't. Because at this point, let's say, she's like 16, 17. you're 16, 17, and your favorite movie is Breakfast Club. Your favorite TV show is the black and white Twilight Zone. Your favorite musician is Prince and Michael Jackson. You like everything from the 80s. You look at me one time and say, you just had me at the wrong time. I should have been able to go to Live Aid and see Queen. I was like, I was 10. There was no way I could have had you to see that. But you realize he's an old soul and all that stuff. So, oddly enough, she wrote a story in school when she was in high school. And
that's my daughter.
I'm not going. Yeah, I'm not right. But I'm not gonna go into her story.
All right.
But she tells me the story, and one day she's sitting there, and her friends and her brother's friends are all there. I said, hey, I gotta tell y'all a story. And I told them what the story was. They're like, oh my God, that is so dope. When you gonna film that? I was like, I'm not, because I didn't write it. She did. And they look at her like, and you're going to school for what? So when my mom passed away, another thing that happened when she passed away, I was telling my daughter, like, your grandma passed away. She's like, okay, Dad, I knew that was going to happen today. I just knew it. I was like, yeah. She said, well, I got to tell you something, Dad. I was like, well, tell me now. No, now's not the time. I'm like, tell me now.
Right.
She was like, I changed my major in college. I'm like, what'd you change it to? I'm going to school for filmmaking. I was like, you just made me smile. You just made me smile, right? My mom died. You told me you're going to school for filmmaking. And since then, she's graduated.
Nice.
Now, then she threw me another monkey wrench. And she's like, well, Dad, I got my associate's degree, and only school that seems to be interested in me is Michigan. I'm like,
yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, blue.
I forgot to tell you that.
That's cool. So I was upset about it. Right? And then she's like, a couple weeks later, she's like, well, I got good news and bad news. Like, all right, give me the bad news first. Bad news is I was going to come over, but my mom tested positive for COVID, so I don't want to take the risk of getting it. It's like, I've already had both shots and already had COVID, and I think I'm okay, but I appreciate you doing that. Right. What's the good news? She sent me a picture of her with Ohio State sweatshirt. They accepted her. Sorry. She's a Buckeye now.
Well, that's good. She got
She
got an education.
Yeah.
She went to the school of the winners.
Yeah, so she's at Ohio State right now.
School of the winners.
She's going to get an education.
School of the winners.
She's got to get her master's degree.
She's going to get that master's.
Right.
That's good. Man.
Yeah, because she's getting master intelligence at the winners.
Okay, this the same. I'm sorry. If
We
you're
do
a
this
Buckeye
show.
fan, that's cool.
Okay.
But they got copyrighted, trademarked the letter the instead of the. He spells the.
Let me explain
So
this.
the school of the winners, but I hope your daughter, you know what I'm saying, is smarter than the revision.
There's
Michigan phase.
There's a thing is, watch this. My dad was born in Alabama. Born in Alabama, and it took him for years to say this. I was like, but Dad, you from Alabama and all that stuff, and a long time ago you told me when he passes, he wanted his body to be shipped back to Alabama and all this stuff. Well, one day I asked him, I was like, Dad, what do you think about that? I mean, you said that one time. He goes, oh, I've been on long now. I'm a Buckeye now. He was different. When he passed, all his grandkids, his daughters, and my mom, at his repast, all had Ohio State gear on out of my dad. So there's pictures of it, and there's a picture of that daughter who was every bit of like 3 or 4 with Ohio State shirt on back then, and now she's.
Man, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna make a bet real quick. D, when we win this year, you gotta wear Buckeye jersey.
That's fair.
Because Mo Hall was on the show. We had Mo Hall on the show,
Uh-huh.
champion running back. And so bet is when
He's
we
a cool guy too.
When we smack you on the shoe this year,
Yeah,
you gotta wear.
Maurice ain't cool. I'm gonna tell you why he ain't cool.
He's a friend of mine. Stop it.
A friend of mine too.
And a filmmaker.
But let me tell you why he's not cool. I'm gonna tell you why he's not cool. Cause Reese thought he was slick, talking the whole time, right? He like, yeah, Dave. You know what I'm saying, Dave? The whole time, yeah, Dave. The championship ring. You ain't gotta do that, dog. I want to slap him.
Eddie has to go pants too.
Reese.
I want to slap him. He like, yeah, Dave. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I did this one time. Oh yeah, this. I did that too. Yeah. bro, stop doing that.
He was tapping the ring.
Yeah, the whole time, bro. All right, Reese.
That's it. I love you, bro.
So the deal is you gotta wear it for like 4 shows when we beat y'all this year.
4
Okay,
shows.
cool. 4
What
shows.
do you mean 4
Buckeye
shows?
jersey, 4
We don't play
shows.
all 4 times a year, dude.
No.
Over that one time.
4 shows.
Oh, wait.
One time.
This has nothing to do with nothing y'all say, but I have to tell you, like all my kids, they got
like this every
they
show.
got their grandma's line of jokes too. They got it too. One time, the oldest one, Jackie, you just made me think of it. I don't know why I thought of it right now, but we went to Logan's Steakhouse, right?
Okay.
And she's sitting there. We all sitting there. I'll never forget it. So they was like, "How do you want your steak?" And I was like, "Well, you might make my medium and all that." She was like, "Well, I want mine rare like Donald Trump's chance of actually winning the election this time." I was like,
Whoa. Wow.
everybody in the restaurant busted out laughing. I'm like,
Whoa.
that was good. And I said, look, I took out a pen, like, and I'm using that one.
Right.
That's got to be said on stage.
That's classic.
Oh, yeah,
Wow. Man, we really
Was that
appreciate
it? Was that it?
your time.
That
man.
music just came in like this. I was like, are we dead? What the hell
He
is
ain't
that?
gonna keep on beat you again. He ain't gonna beat you again. But man, we appreciate your time, man.
Hey, it was my honor to be here.
Thank you, man.
Hit that like,
Thank you.
share.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
man.
Bless you.
no
Hey,
problem.
Ben, where you at, man? Hey, shout out to
Shout out to
B4N,
Ben.
man. Ben
B4N.
for Ben, man.
You know, Dad do it now. Yeah, we're already
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to One Way North, One Way East. Shout out to the Juice Box, man.
Our
Shout out to Britnell.
Yeah, bro.
Where I'm born and raised. And shout out to Northland Vikings.
Okay.
See, that's my little gang sign. The Viking, Northland Vikings. NV. That's right. That's where I'm from. There we go. Let
Those
us
things Brooklyn do. They make little gang signs thinking it's cool. It looks silly. I'm a Bearcat. Go Bearcats. Brooklyn
Yeah.
just is where it's at.
That's right.
We ain't never left. Those still here.
Yeah.
It's me and Jack Shepard.
Yeah.
Oh, come here.
He wants to be down, but guess what? Bearcats are gone, but Northland's still around.
If Brookhaven is still relevant, you go past Carmel, they gonna say Brookhaven for the hell of it. Hey, and I don't care, man. Hey, DCP the corner pocket, man. Hey. So, I'm sorry.
I ain't trying to destroy your attraction, but Brookhaven's been missing in action.
Oh. All right, so we gonna cut that out.
So you gotta.
Hey, so yeah. So at the end of y'all go DCP the corner pocket. I don't mean 8 ball. Boop, boom, boom, boom. You wanna do it with me, or you wanna do something different, or?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, so him. You got those sunglasses. I don't know who you're looking at.
No, he was with
Your eyes can be like this. Yeah, I'm just looking at it, and DCP.
Oh my God.
Yo, he do this with every guest at the end.
I'm saying he could be looking at this. He could be looking at both of us. I mean, he got his Kumo D glasses on. I don't know.
Ain't gonna be. Come on, man.
He got his glasses on. He got his glasses on. I used to live downtown.
Hey, B4 Entertainment, man. You know what I'm saying? Get looking out with the plug of Jack, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hey, so we're gonna do DCP, the corner pocket, and I don't mean the 8 ball. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, I got you now. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but all right. Go ahead and say it again.
Yeah, DCP, the corner pocket, and I don't mean the 8 ball. Boom, 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 boom. 5 times.
NWA. What's that again? Go ahead.
Yeah, one time.
All right, let's do it.
All right, 1, 2, ready, go.
DCP, the corner pocket. I don't mean the 8 ball. Boom, 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 boom. Gotcha.
It's a wrap.